My forgetfulness is kind of a thing. I don't know. Have you guys, I literally went to the ATM and tried to place my coffee order. Have you ever done that? And then, later on, I went to the Starbucks drive-up, and I tried to cash a check. And, the confused little millennial's face was so adorable because he was like, I don't know what I do with this. What do I do with this? It's paper. I don't know. Do I scan it? Or do I, what do I just roll it up and smoke it? What do I do? He tore it up in little pieces. He put it in a cup. He put it underneath the milk steamer, and he vaped it. That's what he did. And I don't know about y'all. I don't know. But have you ever, tucked your phone right here and then forgot? And then you're spending 45 minutes walking around the house going, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I made my family look for my phone for 45 minutes. And finally my husband was like, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. And so he calls it, and then my bra starts ringing. And he just looks at me and he's like, you going to answer that? And I'm like, no, my boobs will take a message. Oh my gosh, it's crazy how forgetfulness I am. Listen, it's not all bad getting older, though. I got a couple of things going for me. First of all, I don't know about y'all, but those Land's End swimsuits are getting sexier and sexier. Is it me? Is it just me? Those tankinis, those swim skirts, the matching beach towels, girl. Those are cute AF, right? Right? Throw on a monogram. I went and got my monogram recently. Yeah, that was fun. Anybody do that recently? Yeah, well, good for you. You need to do that. You got to kick the tires, ladies. You got to kick the tires. So funny story, I went and got my monogram not that long ago. Mammogram, what'd I say? Okay, in my defense, those words are ridiculously similar. And I didn't have my readers on. And as Southern ladies, we will put our initials on anything. So now I have a nice fancy script of my initials right here. Go get your mammograms. And then go get a monogram. I don't know. That was funny. I don't mind turning another year older because not only am I just happy to be alive, but I also, now listen, 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with colon cancer, my oncologist told me that had we not caught it right then and there, I had 5 years to live. So I take my birthday very seriously, and my husband's like, holy shit, she takes her birthday very seriously. I do. I take my birthday very seriously. One of the things that came out of being diagnosed with cancer at an early age is that my surgeon was so adorable. I was really freaking out. And my surgeon asked me, he was like, well, do you have, any questions? They took 2/3 of my colon out when I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and which is okay. That sounds dramatic. Turns out you have way more colon than you need. Who knew? I didn't know that. And, your colon is like 285. And they just built me my own express lane. So now my traffic never gets backed up. Got my peach pass. I'm ready to go. And my surgeon, he was like, he could tell I was freaked out. And he was like, well, do you have any questions? And I'm like, well, I mean, what's the good news? Like, what's the upside? And he was like, oh, well, you're going to lose 10 pounds. And I was like, oh my God, really? 10 pounds? can you take my spleen while you're in there? I mean, not for nothing, doc, but I'm completely done with my uterus, you know. What is that, 25 pounds? I mean, I've been meaning to get in shape, you know. Apple's a shape. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pear. But he gave me some good advice. I'd like to pass this on. So I don't know if y'all have a living will or not. I highly recommend it. He said, why don't you get a living will? And I'm like, hey, how about you just do your job and don't kill me? How about that? Can we just agree to disagree on that? And he said, no. A living will is just, it's a great way for you and your loved ones to have some peace of mind so that if the worst happens, your family knows, what your wishes are. And you'll feel better if you did it. And it sounded complicated to me, but I was like, okay. Listen, it's not as hard as it sounds. Here's what I did. Take this back. Maybe this will work for you. So my husband and I went home from that meeting, and I took out a piece of paper and I wrote down my happy weight. And I handed it to him and I said, don't pull the plug until I've hit that number. And son of a gun, that doctor was right. I felt so much better. Slept like a baby that night. Slept like a baby. I did.